So what I'm going to tell you right now is preliminary information, and it could change as investigators get further into the case, but right now this is what we know. So our street crimes unit was tracking an individual wanted on multiple felony warrants. One of them was for aggravated assault, deadly weapon. One was for aggravated assault on a public servant, and the other one I believe was for evading. Don't quote me on that last one, but I believe it was for evading. So those three active felony warrants plus some misdemeanor warrants. This individual has a violent history. And what happened was our street crimes unit was following this guy in an attempt to arrest him. On the access road here, he spotted the officers. He crashed into one police car, crashed into another vehicle. As soon as he got out of the vehicle, he opened fire on the police officers. He attempted multiple times to carjack another vehicle. He ran down onto the interstate from the access road, firing shots along the way. When he got on the westbound lanes, he was firing at cars going by while he was in the main lanes, trying to stop them, to carjack them. One woman who was, he attempted to carjack, refused to give him her car. He shot at her. One of our officers or more fired at him as he was down on the main lanes, and they struck him, and he is deceased. 40-year-old male. And I want to go back to some of the issues that concerned me from the last officer shooting. We have multiple cases of violent crimes that were dismissed. I'm counting a half a dozen right here, and I don't know if there's more or not, but a number of violent crimes were dismissed. Most within the last year. I remain concerned about people who are on the street who should be in jail because they are habitual offenders, especially the violent crime habitual offenders, which this individual was. So, and again, we have another officer in the hospital being shot by an individual we were trying to arrest, take off the streets because he was wanted on violent felony warrants. And I'll take any questions if you have them.
How is that officer doing?
I don't know. I'll be heading to the hospital as soon as I leave here.
Do you know if it's serious?
Well, I think anytime you get shot, it's serious. Just depends on how serious it was. I don't know that.
Chief, so we have one deceased, one female civilian
In custody.
Oh, in custody.
Yes.
But she wasn't
No, we have one female who was with him in custody, and another person whom he attempted to carjack. She stopped and she has spoken to us, or is still speaking with us.
Is the deceased a police officer and another woman?
The deceased is the person who was attempting the carjackings.
Yes.
The police officer was shot by that individual in an attempt to apprehend him.
The officer that was initially after him, is he the one that was injured?
Well, he was part of the group that was initially after him.
So she was with deceased guy.
Pardon?
The woman.
She was in the vehicle?
What?
Female driver was with him.
The woman who was with him is now being detained.
Chief, how does it feel to lead a department that is constantly fighting crimes just to turn these criminals back on the street?
It's frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody on this department.
Chief, you have a lot of experience in law enforcement. You know a lot of how the law works. In this specific case that you're talking, people, felons, violent criminals out on, free. Who is responsible? Are the magistrates, are the judges the direct responsibles?
I'm not going to specifically point fingers, Tony. But my concern is what happens to these individuals, these criminals, once we get finished arresting them.
And
Two more questions.
We talked to somebody who was in the car sitting waiting who was shot out. They were terrified, putting the public in danger. Can you comment on that?
I mean, anytime there's a violent felon running loose on the street, it's a danger to the public. It's a public safety issue. I've said that before, and I say it again.
Chief,
So-
the DA would say, when we've spoken to him about cases that were dismissed in the past, he might say there was not enough evidence. What do you say to something like that?
I'm not going to comment on that. I mean, I know what kind of cases that we're presenting after we arrest them, and these are good cases. So
Thank you all very much.
that's all I got for now. Thank you.
Thank you.